The 5-door RAV4 with a spacious interior and a spacious trunk is perfect for the role of a family vehicle, but the 3-door, with a wheelbase smaller by 290 millimeters, is a car for egoists. Its interior is designed for 4. Moreover, thanks to the rear seats sliding forward/backward by 15 centimeters, this option is provided in both versions. 2 passengers can sit on the gallery of the 3-door version quite comfortably, but the trunk will turn out to be purely symbolic, only 175 liters. A wide range of longitudinal adjustment of the front seats and the presence in both versions of the steering column height adjustment allows you to comfortably sit in the driver's seat even for tall people. Getting into the car is not difficult. Forward visibility is good, but behind it is limited by large head restraints. Even the basic versions of the RAV4, which were officially brought to Ukraine, are richly equipped: central locking, power steering, power windows and exterior mirrors, fog lights, air conditioning, branded radio, front airbags, ABS, EBD systems, brake force distribution according to axis. Among the shortcomings, we note, the sound insulation is not very high quality. At high speeds, the sound of the engine confidently penetrates into the cabin, as well as the luggage compartment shelf that often grumbles when driving over bumps. By the way, it can be set at 2 different levels, and such castling removes the squeak problem for a while. Most of the RAV4s operated in Ukraine are equipped with 2.0-liter gasoline engines. Rarely there are cars with a 2.4-liter gasoline engine and a 2.0-liter turbo diesel, but versions with a 1.8-liter gasoline are almost impossible to find. If the odometer reading of a used car is close to 100,000 kilometers, be prepared to spend money on expensive service. For reliable and durable operation, the timing drive uses a metal chain. The designers also abandoned the use of hydraulic lifters. You will have to adjust the thermal clearances of the valves every 100,000 kilometers at a branded service station. One adjusting washer costs from $7.50 to $9.50, and work costs about $65. But in a turbo diesel with a common rail system, with a run of 100,000 kilometers, you will have to spend even more. Its timing belt is used, which must be changed along with the tension and guide rollers and another tensioner. Branded parts will cost about $350 and work $75. It is also necessary to check the condition of the water pump, which is also driven by the timing belt. All gasoline engines are equipped with Toyota's VVTi variable valve timing system, which optimizes their operation at various speeds, and an ignition system with individual coils for each of the candles. According to Minders, all these systems do not create problems. Gasoline units are sensitive to fuel quality, which affects dynamics and idling. Bad fuel also quickly kills expensive, one piece, about $26, candles with platinum electrode tips. Moreover, service workers noted that the use of conventional candles is not provided. If the fuel filter is replaced incorrectly, the sealing rings may be incorrectly installed, as a result of which, due to air leakage, the engine starts from the second/third time and does not develop full power. The condition of the multi-ribbed attachment drive belt is recommended to be checked every 40,000 kilometers and changed if necessary. Original belt, $100, work, $12. But cases of its breakage at 60,000 kilometers were noted. Most RAV4s were equipped with 4-speed automatic gearboxes, about 80% of cars sold. Sometimes there were problems with the machine control unit. They were solved by flashing the brain or by replacing it, about $900. A malfunction was manifested by a violation of the gearshift modes. But there are no serious complaints about the 5-speed mechanics and the hydraulic clutch drive. A sore characteristic of both types of gearboxes is that the oil seal of the left axle shaft loses its tightness over time. Spare part, $16, labor, $50. Transmission maintenance is expensive. You have to fork out after every 40,000 kilometers, when you need to change the oil in the gearbox, transfer case, and rear gearbox. At a branded service station for owners of versions with an automatic, it will take about $200. Unlike many other SUVs, the RAV4 is equipped with permanent all-wheel drive. The transmission is equipped with a center differential locked by an electronically controlled clutch. Under normal driving conditions, the torque is distributed along the axles in a ratio of 50:50, and in the event of slippage of one of them, the thrust goes to the wheels with the best traction coefficient. There are no downshifts or cross-wheel locks in the RAV4. True, A self-locking differential in the rear gearbox, in principle, was provided, but such versions were not officially supplied to us. By the way, the suspension moves are small, so the diagonal hanging of the wheels occurs quite early. The all-terrain arsenal of the RAV4 and a ground clearance of 200 mm allowed this car to move quite confidently on a snowy or wet road, overcome small sections of a muddy country road, or drive up to the water along the sandy shore of a lake or river. But for more serious off-road rides, the RAV4 is not suitable. The independent front and multi-link rear suspensions of the RAV4 are tuned in accordance with the parquet orientation of the car, moderately rigid, which allows you to drive quite actively without serious rolls, but when driving through large bumps, they easily break through. After 40,000 kilometers, when driving on bad roads, you will have to change the bushings of the front and rear anti-roll bars, but their racks can last over 100,000 kilometers. All other suspension parts are nursed even longer, 150 to 200,000 kilometers. Moreover, service workers claim that more often the gum of the front levers change due to their age-related wear, they crack. In this case, you will have to spend money. In the original, silent blocks are supplied with levers, spare part, $260, but ball ones are offered separately, spare part, $100. In the rear suspension, silent blocks, as a rule, are changed due to the fact that eccentric bushings grab tightly with rust in them, which does not allow adjusting the camber/towing. At the same time, it is necessary to cut off rusted bolts with a grinder and change the longitudinal rod, in the silent block of which a bushing is installed, spare part, $162. But the silent block of the lower arm, in which the eccentric is also installed, is supplied separately, spare part, $62. To avoid these problems, experts recommend visiting a service every 40,000 kilometers to check the camber and lubricate the adjustment mechanisms. Work is about $40. The replacement of the rear bearings is also expensive. They are supplied with the hub, over $250. The good news is that the bearings last a long time. Steering, equipped with hydraulic booster, is durable. Tips and steering rods can last, respectively, about 200 and 100,000 kilometers. The most typical problem of the brake system is that over time, the parking brake drive mechanism jams in the rear drums. Therefore, experts advise every 40,000 kilometers to service this unit by lubricating it. So, let's sum up. The second-generation Toyota RAV4 is highly reliable, and the resource of many components and assemblies has not been exhausted even on cars of the first years of production. Moreover, judging by the experience of operating the first generation of the model, RAV4 owners rarely have to spend money on repairing failed parts. Maintenance of this SUV is more expensive than many Toyota passenger models, but cheaper than other all-terrain vehicles. Thanks to its compact size, compared to large SUVs, and good handling, the RAV4 feels great on city streets, and its ground clearance of 200 mm makes it easy to climb city curbs when parking or avoiding traffic jams. Permanent four-wheel drive provides good stability on slippery and wet roads, as well as moderate off-road flotation.